Mastering complex declarative sentences. Hello and welcome, everyone. In today's lesson, we're going to explore a fascinating area of English grammar: complex declarative sentences. By understanding how to use them correctly, you can make your communication clearer, richer, and more nuanced. So let's jump right in. Before we dive into complex declarative sentences, let's make sure we have a solid understanding of declarative sentences. These are the sentences we use to make statements or express opinions. They are simply declaring something. They typically follow a subject-verb-object structure and end with a period. For example, I love apple pie. Now, let's move on to complex declarative sentences. These sentences contain at least one independent clause, a clause that can stand alone as a sentence, and at least one dependent clause, a clause that can't stand alone as a sentence. The dependent clause is often introduced by a subordinating conjunction like because, after, although, and so on. For example, consider the sentence, because I was tired, I went to bed early. Here, I went to bed early is the independent clause, and because I was tired is the dependent clause. It's time for some examples. Understanding is always easier when we have concrete examples, right? Here we go. 1. Although she studied hard, she didn't pass the exam. 2. I can't go to the party unless I finish my homework. 3. While everyone else was playing outside, she stayed in to practice the piano. Remember, the key feature of a complex declarative sentence is that it contains an independent clause and at least one dependent clause. Let's push it up a notch to compound complex declarative sentences. These sentences combine the features of complex and compound sentences. They have at least two independent clauses and at least one dependent clause. Here's an example. 1. John didn't come to the party, and Mary left early because she was tired. In this sentence, John didn't come to the party, and Mary left early are the independent clauses, and because she was tired is the dependent clause. And there we have it. With practice, you'll soon master the art of constructing complex and compound complex declarative sentences, and your English communication skills will reach new heights. Remember, it's all about creating balance between independent and dependent clauses. Keep practicing, and as always, if you have questions or need more examples, don't hesitate to ask in the comments. Happy learning!